YouTube? Brian Crazy here, F True Wrestling. Back at you with my review for TNA Impact from last night, March 17th, 2011. Now, TNA put on a pretty good show. TNA has taken a lot of flack this week from what happened at the Victory Road pay-per-view concerning Jeff Hardy, the whole main event, them basically having to pull an audible midway. I did go into further detail on my thoughts of the main event, but I'll just touch on them really quick. You could tell from the moment Hardy came out that there was something wrong with him. You could see when he stumbled down the ring stairs. When he got into the ring, his body language was just not typical Jeff Hardy. Then we saw Eric Bischoff come out, kill some more time, issue new instructions. Sting basically buried him with a Scorpion Death Drop, and then held him in a manner where he could not kick out. You saw Jeff Hardy even clearly try to push him off of him. And this wasn't a push like a work. This was a push like, what the hell, we're 45 seconds into this thing. Fighting a little bit of a cold, you get, in New England here, you get one warm day, you get one cold day. And, you throw on the heat last night and it dries your throat out insanely. So, excuse me a little bit on that. It is a disturbing course of events for TNA. They built a lot of momentum in the last year. They brought in a lot more main event players than they've had in years past, which I think is kind of disappointing because a lot of the good homegrown TNA talent is kind of taking a back seat, which I find unfair. I honestly would rather see AJ Styles in the main event picture versus Jeff Hardy right now. That's why I got into TNA. AJ was the champion at the point in time when I got into TNA, and TNA continues to impress me. I want to see more of the Jay Lethals, the AJs, the Kazarians, Beer Money, Motor City, all the homegrown teams, Pope, Samoa Joe, the list goes on and on of people I'd want to see, and also people that may have, started another professional wrestling organization such as the WWE, but never really got a big break there, such as Matt Morgan. So, it's kind of refreshing to see. But jumping into TNA, we start off the show with kind of a recap of what happened at Victory Road. Then we go to a promo in the ring. We see current World Heavyweight Champion, who did retain Sunday night, as I just explained, come out to the ring. Sting basically calls out Bischoff and Hogan. Sting has a new title with him. It's pretty nice. It actually reminds me of the big gold WWE title, which used to be the former WCW title, which was the former NWA Heavyweight Championship, which was created for Ric Flair in 1985. But that's a topic. The lineage of that title is a topic for another discussion. Basically with the words TNA Heavyweight Champion emblazed on top of it. Very detailed. It was a very nice title. I personally kind of like the one that came out before the Immortal title, the one that JC, my co-host here with F True Wrestling, has, but that's neither here nor there. It is a nice looking belt. Definitely has something on the WWE Spinner title. But we see these guys go back and forth. We end up seeing Fortune come out to kind of back up Sting, and then we see all the contenders come out. We see RVD, we see Anderson. So there's going to be a big four-way bout later on. It's going to see Sting. Not Sting. This is for Sting's title. It's a number one contenders bout. We're going to see RVD, AJ Styles, Mr. Anderson, and Bully Ray, who injected himself into the main event picture, which I don't disagree. The guy's been in the tag team picture for many years, but that's what he's known as. Kind of interjecting him into this is going to be difficult for TNA Wrestling to pull off. Sorry about the interruption, technical difficulties. To recap what I was saying, it's going to take a lot of momentum on TNA's part to transition brother, renamed Bully Ray, who you guys know obviously is Bubba Ray Dudley from ECW and the WWE, obviously due to trademark infringement problems. He had to go by a slightly different name in TNA Wrestling. Unfortunately, when the trademarks for ECW were handed over to WWE, some superstars might have lost their names. That's neither here nor there. Regardless of what he's called, even though I think Bully Ray is kind of a weak gimmick, it's going to take a lot to interject him into the main event picture. Obviously, he's an audible and a fill-in for Jeff Hardy. But moving into it, then we see Crimson and Scott Steiner go against Inc. Inc. Crimson and Scott Steiner pick up the win. Afterwards, Shannon Moore flips out on Jesse Neal again because Jesse Neal was just trying to be a good sport. Then we see Pope have a healing ritual. This is after he had a backstage segment where it was kind of exposed that it was a whole ruse. He pretends to heal a blind man, a crippled man, and then he tries to heal an overweight woman and says not even Jesus could help her. I thought the whole segment was pretty fucked up and wasn't really necessary. I think the whole angle they're going at with Pope and Joe is just wrong. I think they could do it so much better. And what's with the knockoff Green Lantern guy? You know, he has been getting in Pope's business, and, you know, he might have gotten what he deserved. Then we see Madison Rayne issue another open challenge. Alyssa Flash answers. Alyssa Flash is a phenomenal athlete who competes on the independent scene, and unfortunately, Madison beat her quite quickly. Then we go to Jeff and Karen for a promo. We see Kurt come out and apologize, says he has a gift, this, that, or the other. When he goes to say he wants to, get along with them, raises their hands, this, that, or the other, opens the present, and then smashes him over the head with the guitar. Well, Jeff opens the present, then Kurt smashes Jeff over the head with the guitar. This was the video I put out earlier in the week saying a top TNA star was injured. Jeff Jarrett sustained massive injury to his cranium. He required multiple stitches to close up the wounds. Then we see a triple threat match for the vacated TNA World Television Championship. It was vacated because Abyss was unable to perform due to the injuries he suffered at the hands of Crimson. We saw Gunner go against Murphy, go against the Freak Rob Terry, and I hate to say it, Gunner had the most wrestling ability out of the three of them. I think they needed to build these guys more before giving them such a large, prestigious title. But does the title even really have that much prestige? That's, a topic for another video as well. The title's been changed, the name's been changed 3 times, the whole purpose of the title's been changed, this, that, and what Legends, to Global, to Television. I think when AJ Styles held it, it had the most prestige, to be honest. Then we go into what's kind of an odd match, Angelina and Winter. Angelina actually picked Winter over Velvet Sky. They tagged with Matt Morgan to go against Mexican America, as they call themselves now, I guess, Hernandez, Sarita, and Rosita. We saw, the team Matt Morgan and Angelina Love and Winter pick up the victory. We saw a post-match brawl, which an unnamed gentleman assisted Hernandez. Then we go into the main event, which they pretty much cut to the chase. At the end, I don't know if this was a work or I don't know if this was a real injury. But at the end, Bully Ray went to go powerbomb AJ off the stage through multiple tables, and AJ had to be stretchered out of the arena. The referees were holding up the X, which means that something serious has happened. And that's about it, guys. So I'm hoping that AJ is alright. And, my thoughts go out to him and his family. To entertain us, he did, something that dangerous. So, respect for the athlete is paramount. But for F and True Wrestling, this has been Brian Crazy, and have a great afternoon.